What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and promoter Mick Hennessy. Tyson Fury agrees to pay Mick Hennessy 1.5 million pounds due to a breach of contract that he had with his former promoter. Mick Hennessy was the promoter that was with Tyson Fury when he did defeat Vladimir Klitschko, which is the premier win in his career. And after that, everything just went downhill. He faced mental illness, and he had to deal with that. So he took a long layoff, maybe 2-3 years. When he came back to the sport, which is in 2018, 10 years after he signed with promoter Mick Hennessy, mind you, Mick Hennessy slapped a lawsuit on him, okay? And Tyson Fury agrees to pay him out of court. He didn't want it to go to court. He didn't want it to get nasty. You know, I don't know if he felt that he needed or he deserved to pay this guy, but both guys are happy. Mick's happy. Tyson Fury's happy. He can move on. And I think in this case, that's chump change for Tyson Fury. Okay, it's better than Canelo Alvarez when he had to pay his former promoter $8 million. And that was back in 2016 when he jumped ship and signed with Golden Boy. Okay, so Mick had this to say. Mick said that Tyson Fury showed up. He showed what he is made of, which is unique. It was loyalty. But in his book Behind the Mask, Fury said that he no longer spoke to Hennessy, admitting it's very sad. And last year, Hennessy said Fury leaving his stable was hurtful, to say the least. Now, I will say this. I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that the disappointment that Hennessy had when he found out that Tyson Fury went with another promoter. But the question you ask yourself, since this didn't go to trial, what were the stipulations? Like, he signed in 2008. He beat Klitschko in 2015. Okay, that's 7 years. Okay, how long is a contract? Did he renew the contract or what? You know what I mean? And another question you ask yourself, when Tyson Fury came back into the sport and he said that he challenged Deontay Wilder for his WBC strap, we don't really know when Mick Hennessy slapped that lawsuit. You know, maybe he waited later to slap it down on him, you know, because he's seen the performance that Tyson Fury had against Deontay Wilder, okay? And then maybe he did that after that, and he's seen that Tyson Fury is still bankable, okay? He's still a guy that dares to be great. He's still a guy that can win despite what he's been through those 3 years. You know, a lot of people don't really criticize you or don't really come after you until they see you're valuable, okay? So the question you ask yourself is, another question, if Deontay Wilder would have knocked out Tyson Fury in 2018, would this lawsuit have been stamped? Would it have been ordered? That's the question you ask yourself, because I think I'm looking at Mick Hennessy and I'm looking at it, and it, you know, weird. I never heard of this. I never heard that he had a lawsuit or anything of this nature until today, until he agrees to pay. You know, but I don't know. I think a lot of this has to do with the money that he sees that he could make or could have made off of Tyson Fury now that he knows who he is as a star, as a fighter. You know, and a lot of people, you know, it's called bitterness, you know. This guy here, he saying that Tyson Fury was loyal. I think one of his reasons was to slap that lawsuit, and I don't know how much he was suing for. So there's a lot of factors that we don't know. We just know that he agreed to pay. So we can speculate to see how much this man was suing Tyson Fury for. One, when did his contract end? We know it would be when it began, but we don't know when it ended. So we don't know anything about that. So we just know, oh, he breached his contract. Okay. Now, Tyson Fury is on top of the world right now, and I think it is a good idea to do what he did. You know, that was the right option. I feel that Tyson Fury needs to stay as positive as possible, because he doesn't need anything legal that comes down on him that can deter him. Okay? Because if you guys can remember in 2015, when he made a success, also came all that other mess, okay? With the mental illness, which came drug addiction, on top of the nandrolone, with UCAD. So it was a big mess, okay? So if he's learning anything from 2015, he would have learned that, hey, I don't need these type of problems. Just pay the man and let him go on about his way, And I know Mick Hennessy was thinking in hindsight, man, what if I was promoting Tyson Fury when he knocked out Deontay Wilder? Because he knew the success when he beat Vladimir Klitschko and he was on top of the world. Maybe there's some resentment there. Maybe that he's saying, you know what? I'm going to go through with this lawsuit. But again, we don't know when he filed it. Okay, so it's a lot of things we don't know. But it is just strange when you're on top of the world, people come for that money. People come to sue you. You owe them for things you did long time ago. And that seems to be the ongoing story with Tyson Fury, that things are coming back to haunt him. Okay, you have this promoter, he agrees to pay. Then you have this nandrolone case that resurfaces in 5 years from now. And I don't know how or why this dude, this farmer, came up with this all of a sudden, but he did, and the question now, what is he going to do about the farmer? And that brings another question. Think about this, guys. He agrees to pay 1.5 million pounds to a farmer promoter, right? We don't know all the facts because it never went to court. I get it. But the point is, he's paying this guy, settling this guy 1.5 million pounds, whereas this farmer is pissing and moaning over 25,000 pounds. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, if this guy was legit, don't you think Tyson Fury, if he was a part of this, or if he promised to pay this farmer 25,000 pounds, you don't think he would have done it by now? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things you ask yourself. He's willing to pay this money over here, but hey, I don't even know this guy over there. And it would look like it would be easier to pay the farmer, But here's the thing. The farmer lied anyway. So what does it really matter? He's not credible or anything, but he is another example of a person that comes back to haunt Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury, he's getting attacked, and I hope his skin is a little thicker on this time around, because he's going to need some thick skin, because don't be surprised if there's more things to come that come back to bite him, okay? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury agreeing to pay Mick Hennessy 1.5 million pounds. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.